have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50 as they face a 2nd and 11.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one incomplete. Charles Sims, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins, the rookie from Louisville, able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. 6. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards.
Ready to make the catch.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And they had 3 points last time. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On the carry, it's Booker. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Emmanuel Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit.
4th quarter of play. Fresh set of downs here. On first down, Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Here's Connor Barth for the point after. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. Here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Well, plenty. Credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
That's a really fine play there because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Out of the gun now on third down. And Fowler's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing. 5
yards to gain here on third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the... He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, they're not making... Making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense. How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Saints defense ready to set up shop again here. And the interception the last time, their third. Devontae Booker, the man he was trying to get it to. And it's 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. To him on that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Thomas has got it, complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And 4th down coming up. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
And he fields it cleanly. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And a nifty little... And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Right back to Booker. And he'll go down. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Being chased out left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll hand off to Booker. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
That one looks like he'll throw here over the middle.
Na 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 na